The rain hadn't stopped for hours. The streets were empty, cold, echoing with distant thunder. Officer Grant, a decorated veteran now confined to a wheelchair, rolled quietly along the sidewalk. It was supposed to be a simple trip to the bus stop, until he saw a figure curled beside the shelter thin, shaking, soaked to the bone. A German shepherd, not just any dog, a dog he recognized immediately. Grant froze. His breath hitched. His hands shook on the wheels. "Rex?" he whispered. But that wasn't possible. Rex had vanished months ago during a dangerous raid. Everyone believed he had died in the explosion. Grant had mourned him like a brother, but now here he was starving. Trembling, head lowered in shame, Grant felt his heart shatter, because the dog wasn't just waiting at the bus stop. He was waiting for him to stay with us, because what happens next left an entire city speechless. Before we start, make sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. And really, I'm curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country name in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. Officer Grant had learned to live with many wounds, some visible, some buried so deep they still ached every morning. The wheelchair beneath him was a reminder of the explosion that changed everything. But the pain that hurt the most wasn't physical. It was the memory of Rex, his loyal canine partner, his protector, his closest friend. The day of the raid haunted him endlessly. Smoke, fire, a collapsing building, and Rex lunging forward to shield him from the blast. When Grant woke in the hospital, broken and barely alive, Rex was gone. No body, no sign. Only the harsh conclusion everyone repeated: the dog didn't make it. Months passed, but the guilt never did. Grant blamed himself for Rex's sacrifice. The silence in his home, the empty spot where Rex slept, those were scars no doctor could treat. Losing his partner had shattered him far deeper than losing the use of his legs. Rain hammered the pavement as Officer Grant rolled down the sidewalk, his jacket soaked and the wheels of his chair splashing through shallow puddles. It was supposed to be a quick trip, a routine outing to clear his mind, but the storm made the streets feel heavier, quieter, almost lonely. He paused beneath a street lamp, adjusting his cap, when something at the bus stop caught his eye. Curled beneath the shelter, shivering violently, was a dog, thin, soaked, motionless. Grant frowned. Strays usually dashed away at the first sign of people, but this one didn't move at all. Its head hung low, ears flattened, body trembling from cold and exhaustion. A nearby man stepped forward, waving his arms. "Hey, get out of here," he shouted, trying to scare the dog off. But the animal didn't respond, didn't even flinch. Something tugged at Grant's chest, something familiar. He hesitated, gripping his wheels tightly. The shape, the posture, the coloring. Why did this dog feel like a memory he wasn't ready to face? Grant rolled closer, his heartbeat thudding louder with every inch. The dog slowly lifted its head, water dripping from its muzzle, eyes dull from hunger. Yet something in those eyes made Grant freeze. They weren't wild. They weren't afraid. They were familiar. The moment their gazes met, the dog's ears twitched. Its tail thumped weakly against the wet concrete. With a fragile whine, the German shepherd struggled to stand, legs shaking beneath its starving frame. Grant's breath caught. Rex. The name escaped him in a whisper, trembling. Disbelieving, the dog took one shaky step, then another, trying to reach him. Grant reached forward too, hands shaking uncontrollably. But before Rex could close the distance, his legs buckled. He collapsed onto the ground, ribs visible beneath his soaked fur. Grant's voice cracked as he leaned down. "Buddy, no. Stay with me." Rex lifted his head just enough to press his nose against Grant's trembling hand, and that single touch shattered the officer's heart all over again. Grant wasted no time. With the help of the man nearby, he lifted Rex's frail body into a passing taxi and rushed straight to the emergency vet clinic. The moment they arrived, staff hurried the dog inside, placing him on a warm table while tubes and monitors were connected. Grant waited outside the room, drenched in rain and fear, his hands shaking uncontrollably. Minutes later, the veterinarian approached, removing her gloves slowly. "Officer, your dog is a fighter," she said softly. "He's severely malnourished, dehydrated, and covered in old injuries. But he's alive." Grant swallowed hard. "But how?" "He disappeared during the explosion. We searched for days." The vet nodded sadly. "He survived, but he wandered off in shock, injured, disoriented. Based on the wounds, he's been attacked by other animals, gone without food, slept in alleys. But he kept moving." Grant's eyes filled. "Moving where?" The vet gave a gentle smile. "Toward you." He wasn't trying to escape the past. He was trying to find his partner. Grant covered his face, overwhelmed. Rex hadn't given up on life or on him. Grant stayed beside Rex through the entire night, refusing to leave even when nurses suggested he rest. His wheelchair sat pulled tightly against the metal table, one hand gently resting on Rex's paw. Every so often, the dog would twitch in his sleep, whimpering softly as if reliving months of fear. Grant would lean forward, whispering, "You're safe now, buddy. I'm right here." By morning, officers from Grant's old unit arrived, stunned to see the legendary canine alive. They spoke quietly, their voices thick with emotion, recounting stories of Rex's bravery, how he once stopped an armed suspect alone, how he saved 2 officers during a rooftop chase, how he always protected Grant above himself. Slowly, Rex began responding to the sound of familiar voices. He lifted his head, sniffed the air, and gently wagged his tail. When Grant leaned closer, Rex placed his paw on the officer's knee, soft, intentional, full of meaning. Grant swallowed hard. That single gesture told him everything. Rex didn't just survive. He came back. Because their bond had never been broken. Within days, Rex gained strength, eating full meals, lifting his head with confidence, even managing a weak bark when visitors entered. Word spread quickly. Missing police dog found alive after 7 months. The story flooded social media, with thousands expressing disbelief and admiration for the loyal German Shepherd who never gave up searching for his partner. Donations poured in to support Rex's recovery, and the police department organized a welcome home ceremony unlike any they'd ever held. On the day of the event, officers lined up outside the station, saluting as Grant wheeled forward with Rex walking proudly beside him. The crowd erupted in applause. A commander stepped up, placing a shining honorary medal around Rex's neck. Cameras flashed, people cheered. But Grant saw only his partner alive, strong, standing where no one believed he ever would again. As the ceremony quieted, Grant leaned down. resting his forehead against Rex's. "You saved me twice," he whispered. "Once on duty, and now in life." Rex closed his eyes, pressing closer. At that moment, everyone watching knew this reunion wasn't just miraculous. It was a testament to unbreakable loyalty.